Well, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Today, we are experiencing a gentle yoga class that focuses on connecting with your breath and body, grounding yourself, and energizing you for the day ahead, which is very much needed on a Friday since we are all just kind of making it through this week. No prior yoga experience is necessary, so just join us with an open mind, some comfy clothes, and a blanket or yoga mat. We are really excited to be instructed by Samantha Sheppard. Sam is an architect, photographer, and yoga instructor. She graduated with a Bachelor's of Architecture from Illinois Tech in 2018 and has since worked in firms both in Chicago and Colorado. She is currently living in Colorado and working for a small firm while also finishing up her 200-hour yoga teacher training. That is impressive. She is trained in visualization meditation, yoga for anxiety management, and trauma-informed yoga. So, thank you for being here with us, Sam. And without further ado, this is Refresh Yoga.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone. So we'll go ahead and get into it because we don't have super long. So if you want to go ahead and either take your mat or your blanket, lay it out if you haven't already. And we're just going to start in a nice, easy cross-legged position on the floor. So go ahead and settle in, maybe wiggle around a little bit. Find the best way to ground yourself down into your mat, into the ground. And you can place your hands on your knees, or if you're feeling a little more open or need to be a little more open today, you can flip your hands up. And then if you feel comfortable, go ahead and flutter your eyes closed. And we're just going to start by touching in with our breath. So maybe slow your breath down, or maybe just check in with it if you haven't yet this morning. Notice where you feel your chest or your stomach expand. Maybe your shoulders rise as you inhale. And as you exhale, try and let go of any tension you might feel. Notice those spots where you might be feeling any tension, any soreness. And just continue to follow your breath for a few moments. And as you sit here, I want you to imagine that you have a string pulling at the top of your head, pulling you up, helping you sit up straight. Maybe let your shoulders relax down, ground down through your legs, your feet, pelvis. And as you sit up, feel how that opens up your lungs, helps you breathe. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take one really big inhale, probably the biggest you've taken yet this morning. And then exhale through your mouth, letting it all out. If you'd like to, you can blink your eyes open, or you can keep them shut for a few more moments as we just start out really gently. So go ahead and bring your left hand to the floor next to you. You can tent up onto your fingertips just a little bit. And we're going to sit up really straight again and drop that right ear to your right shoulder. And just find a really gentle stretch through the left side of your neck. If you'd like, you can gently nod your head back and forth, working through that side of your neck, finding any moments of tension and working through those. And when you're ready, bring your head back to neutral. Go ahead and replace that left hand on your knee, bringing the right hand to the ground next to you, and then dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Coming onto the other side again, slow, mindful movements. You can nod your head back and forth. When you're ready, bring your head back to neutral. And we're going to reach both arms up and overhead, stretching up really big, opening up your chest, looking up at the sky, and then bending at the elbows, bring your arms down, press those shoulder blades down, coming into a cactus arms position. And then again, press them up into the sky, and then bring them back down, bending at the elbows. And then bring them back up to the sky. We're going to drop our left hand to our right knee, bringing our right hand behind us, coming into a nice easy twist. Looking back towards your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Check back in with your breath here. On your inhale, think about lifting up, and on your exhale, twisting just a little bit further. But don't muscle through this twist. Just let it be nice and easy. Take one more breath, and on an inhale, bring both arms back up to the sky, and then drop that right hand to left knee, bringing your left hand behind, looking back over your left shoulder. Again, thinking up as you inhale and twist as you exhale. When you're ready, go ahead and release, bringing both hands back up to the sky one more time. And then you can bring them down. And we're going to move onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. So to set up for this, make sure your knees are directly under your hips, your wrists directly under your shoulders. Go ahead and spread your fingers wide. And then I want you to think about pulling up through your chest, through your rib cage, kind of pressing away from the mat, pressing into those palms, and keeping a straight, solid line from your head to your tailbone. And so just rest here for a moment, but building a little bit of heat as we press into that mat. And then we're going to start a few rounds of cat-cow pose. So we're going to start with cow. So on your inhale, you're going to drop your belly, curl your shoulders back, and tilt your head up as well as your tailbone. And this should feel really good through your shoulders, through your mid-back. And then on an exhale, we're going to curl our chin to our chest, pressing our spine up to the ceiling, coming into cat pose. And your feet can be nice and relaxed here on the mat. On your inhale, go ahead and drop the belly again, looking up, coming into cow. And then on the exhale, curl in, coming into cat. And you can do a few more of these at your own pace, inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. And take whatever other slight movement you might need. So if you want to kind of make little circles with your hips as you do this, you can. And then whenever you found an exhale on a cat pose, go ahead and bring your spine back to neutral. And we're going to come into puppy pose. So you're going to drop your elbows to where your hands currently are. Let your arms be parallel in front of you. And you can shimmy your knees back just a little bit and press your chest towards the mat, bringing your forehead down. If it can touch the floor, great. If not, that's okay too. And we're just really opening up through that mid and upper back, through those shoulders, through your chest. And just touch base with your breath again here. This can be a little bit restricting to your breath, so really work on finding a nice even tone. And then when you're ready, we're going to press into our hands and stay on your elbows. Shift your weight forward, bringing your stomach to the mat. Keeping your arms parallel, now we're going to be in Sphinx Pose. So go ahead and think about that string at the top of your head again, pulling you up. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back and down just a little bit if you can, just thinking about squeezing those shoulders together. But make sure this pose is still easy, legs relaxed. And then when you're ready, put one hand on top of the other. You can swing your elbows out and bring your head to the mat on top of your hands. Just rest here for a moment. And then we're going to bring our hands out wide, coming again up onto those tinted fingertips. So wider than the mat if you're on the mat, but you want your elbows bent kind of towards the ceiling. And we're going to press up into Wild Cobra. So this is similar to that Sphinx pose, but you should feel a little more extension through your shoulders. And we're going to drop our left shoulder towards the mat, looking over towards our right elbow. You should feel this through the front of your left shoulder, through your chest. And then go ahead and press back up into that Wild Cobra. And then drop the right shoulder looking towards your left elbow. Go ahead and press up again. And then go to the other side, dropping the left shoulder. And then press up one more time, dropping your right shoulder. And then last time, coming up. And then go ahead and lower yourself all the way back down to the mat. Go ahead and bring your hands to either side of your chest, and we're going to press back up onto all fours. And we'll just be here for a second. I want you to go ahead and tuck your toes, and then very gently peel your hips up and back. We're coming into our first down dog pose this morning. And so once you're here, you can gently pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other. You can widen your stance a little bit if you need to, or you can have your feet close together, whatever feels best. And then you can bend your knees pretty graciously and press your chest towards your knees, finding extension through those shoulders. And then when you feel like your calves are worked out a little bit, go ahead and find some stillness. Check in with that breath again for just a moment. Yeah, this is working the arms, but it'll just be for a second. And then go ahead and cross one foot in front of the other and slowly walk your way towards your hands, ending up in a standing forward fold. And you can grab opposite elbows here if you want, or you can let your arms kind of hang and drape to the floor. And go ahead and maybe twist a little bit here, finding some space in your hips, some space in the backs of your legs. And when you're ready, go ahead and drop your hands back towards the mat. We're going to lift up halfway, so bringing your hands to your shins or to your thighs, but not on your knees. And find that straight spine again, crown of the head towards the front of the room. Loop those shoulders back. Breathe, and then go ahead and drop back down into that forward fold. Ground down into your feet firmly. And then we're going to sweep our arms all the way up to the sky. And then bring your hands together at heart center. We've done a few inversions now, so just feel as the blood kind of runs back down from your head. Take a few breaths. Take a moment of rest. And then we'll keep going. Go ahead and sweep your arms back up to the sky. Bring your palms together and slice through the air, coming all the way down. Sorry, my headphone fell. That might have been loud. Go ahead and lift back up halfway, extending the crown of the head towards the front of the room. And then drop back down into that forward fold. We're going to plant our hands and step just our right foot back and lower that right knee to the ground. Your left knee should be above your left ankle here. And come up onto your fingertips again, and we're going to open up our chest, looking forward, rolling our shoulders back and down. Check the integrity of that knee again, make sure it's right over the ankle. And just breathe here. Think about squaring off your hips, pressing your right hip forward, your left hip back. And then we're going to drop our left hand to the inside of, our right hand to the inside of our left foot and draw this left arm up to the sky, twisting open to the left. Breathing here. You can find a little bit of rocking movement if you need to. And then go ahead and bring that left hand back to the ground. We're going to shift our hips back and our weight back towards our right heel. Pop this left foot up to flex it towards your face. And then we're just going to very gently press our weight down, feeling this nice stretch through the back of your leg, making sure your knee is bent just a little bit to protect it. And then go ahead and drop that foot back to the ground, shifting your weight forward. Go ahead and press up off of that back knee. Bring both hands to the ground, and we're going to bring that left foot back to join the right, coming into a plank just for a second, or you can lower down onto your knees if that's better for you. And then we're going to bend at the elbows, shift your weight forward, and come all the way down onto the mat. Untuck those toes for just a second. Press up gently into a little cobra. And go ahead and let yourself come back down to the mat. Press up either into all fours or straight into plank, and then you can come back into a down dog. Again, you can pedal out your feet once you get to that down dog, or if you need some stillness, that's good too. Take one deep cleansing breath in and let it all back out. And then you can make your way to the top of your mat again, either with a few little baby steps or one big or a hop, coming into that forward fold again. And this time, go ahead and place your right hand kind of right in front of your feet. And we're going to bring our left hand up to the sky, twisting open here. You can bend your right knee pretty generously. You should feel this through the side of your left leg and your left hip. Relax your neck. And then go ahead and drop that left hand down to replace the right, drawing that right arm up to the sky, bending that left knee, finding the twist on the other side. And go ahead and drop that right hand back to the earth as well. Go ahead and draw your hands up to your shins or the tops of your legs, coming into that flat back position. And then falling back down into the forward fold. Ground into your feet, maybe lift your toes for just a second and then place them back down. Really feel the earth and then press into your feet, coming all the way up strong. And bring your hands back to heart center. Take a breath here. Find some stillness, reset. And then go ahead and sweep your arms back up to the sky again. Bring your palms together, slice down, coming into that forward fold. Lifting up halfway, finding that flat back position, crown of the head towards the front of the room. And then go ahead and drop down into the forward fold again. Plant your hands, and this time we're going to step our left foot back, dropping our left knee. And you can tint up onto your fingertips again, roll your shoulders back, looking forward, opening up your chest. Pull your right hip back, left forward, leveling through your hips. Make sure that your right knees over your right ankle. And then when you're ready, we are going to drop our left hand to the inside of our right foot, and then sweep that right arm up to the sky, coming into a twist, looking towards the right. Breathe here. And then go ahead and drop that right hand back down to the earth. We're going to shift our hips and our weight back, popping this right foot up, flexing your toes towards your face, coming to half splits on the other side, stretching to the back of that leg. Breathe here. Maybe shift your weight back a little bit more if you can. Keeping a little bend in that. Sorry, my cat's in the way, isn't she? Oh, the joys of quarantine. All right, and then go ahead and shift your weight back forward, coming on to that right foot. We're going to tuck our left toes if they aren't already. Pop that knee up. Step your right toes back to meet it into that plank. And then go ahead and shift your weight forward, bending at the elbows, lower down to the mat. Untuck those toes. Press up into Cobra, rolling your shoulders back. And go ahead and press back down. And then this time we're going to come back into that tabletop position. We're going to cross our feet, coming all the way into a seat. And you can scoot forward on your mat a little bit if you need to, because we're going to make our way onto our backs. So before we get there, I want you to kind of bring your knees bent, sit up nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths here. And then I want you to wrap your right arm around your legs and twist open again towards the left, looking back over your left shoulder. It's another gentle twist. Don't muscle through it too much. And go ahead and bring yourself back to neutral, wrapping your left arm around your legs, giving yourself a little hug, and then twisting to the right, looking over that right shoulder. Go ahead and come back to neutral. Ground down through those feet. Bring your arms to either side of you, straight in front. We're just going to slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, activating those abs just a little bit until you come all the way onto your back. We're going to slow down quite a bit, but we're going to start with one little bridge pose. So bring your heels as close to your glutes as you can, keeping those knees bent. Give them just a little bit of space in between your legs. And then bring your hands to either side of you, palms down on the mat. And we're going to press into our feet, peeling our hips up towards the sky. And I want you to think about pressing your chest towards your chin, and then your chin up towards the sky, finding some space between your chin and your chest if you can. Think about pressing those legs together, like there's a block or something in between them that you don't want to slip. And then go ahead and gently, with control, roll back down. We're going to bring both of our knees into our chest. Again, you can wrap your arms around them here, giving yourself a little hug. Maybe curl yourself, bringing your head all the way up, curling into a ball. And then releasing your head back to the mat. We're going to bring both hands, both arms out to either side of us, kind of in a T shape. And then drop your left leg straight all the way on the ground. Toes flex just a little bit. And then we're going to bring our right leg across our left to the other side of our body, to the left side of our body. And then we're going to shift our gaze over towards our right hand, coming into a supine twist. And if your right knee doesn't reach the ground, that's okay. Mine doesn't either. So just breathe through this twist, through this hip opener. And when you're ready, bring that right knee back up, coming back to neutral. And then bring the left knee to bend next to it. And then go ahead and drop that right leg to the ground, fully extended, arms back out into the T. And then shifting that left leg towards the right side of your body, looking out over your left hand. Really check in with your breath here. Go ahead and bring that left knee back to the center. You can drop that foot to the ground, bringing the right foot as well, right leg bent next to it. Just take one more deep breath here, letting it all out. And then you can shift your weight to either side, kind of coming into a little fetal position on your side. And then press up into that hand that's in front of you, coming up into a seat. And then bring your palms together in front of you. You can close your eyes again if you'd like. And just take one more deep breath here together, breathing in through the nose, and then letting it all out through the mouth. Thank you all for joining me for this quick little morning yoga session. I hope you guys have a splendid rest of your day. Namaste.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Sam. That was very, very calming and refreshing. I also want to thank everyone who attended our event. I just want to do a quick social media shout out. If you liked this, we would love to hear your feedback on the event and the other events that you've been coming to. And if you share them on your Instagram stories or other social media platforms, we ask that you tag us at Chicago Startup Week and let us know what you thought. And as we wrap up, I want to now encourage all of you to head over to our 8:30 a.m. session, treat your brain nice, and meditate with Virtue Mind. So in order to do this, you can click sessions on the left side of your screen and you can navigate to the meditation event. Thank you guys so much and have a good rest of your Friday.